Imagine there's a financial secret so powerful that even Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. It's a force that can turn small, consistent actions into life-changing wealth. Yet, here's the shocking truth. Most people have no idea how it works. They're too busy chasing get-rich-quick schemes or trying to time the market, completely missing out on the single most powerful tool in building wealth: compound interest. Now, what if I told you that this very principle is the reason why people like Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest individuals alive, started investing at age 11 and never stopped? What if you could harness that same power to achieve financial freedom starting today? It sounds too good to be true, right? But the fact is, compounding isn't some complicated financial trick reserved for the ultra-rich. It's something you can start doing right now, whether you're 18 or 48. The best part? You don't need to be a financial genius to get it right. All it takes is time and consistency. So why do so few people take advantage of it? Here's the bold truth. Most people underestimate the value of time. Thinking wealth is all about big moves, but compounding rewards patience. And by the end of this, you'll see just how powerful this strategy is for anyone willing to take the long view. Now, let me ask you, are you tired of working hard and feeling like you're just spinning your wheels financially? What if there was a way to make your money work for you, quietly growing in the background while you sleep, while you live your life? That's the magic of compounding. It's slow at first, but then it snowballs, and before you know it, your wealth begins to grow exponentially. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how this works so that you can stop chasing the next big thing and start using the same principles that have created fortunes for generations. Ready to unlock the real secret to financial success? Let's dive in. 1. The power of compound interest. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world for a reason, and it's not hard to see why. Think about it. Money earning money on itself? That's powerful. As Einstein supposedly said, those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. If you're serious about achieving financial freedom, compound interest is a concept you absolutely need to grasp. Picture this. You invest $1,000 today, and over time, that small sum starts to work for you, growing in ways that might seem unbelievable at first. Imagine planting a tree. You water it and nurture it, but the magic really happens over time. Year after year, that tree doesn't just grow a little. It grows exponentially, producing more leaves, more fruit, and more shade. That's compound interest in a nutshell. The key here is patience. Let your wealth take root and allow it to blossom, turning your small initial investment into financial success over time. But, as with anything, the earlier you plant that tree, the bigger it gets. Now, let's make this even more practical. If you invested $10,000 in an index fund that earns an average of 8% annually, in 30 years, you wouldn't just have $10,000 anymore. Nope, you'd be looking at something closer to $100,000. That's the beauty of compounding. It doesn't just add to your wealth, it multiplies it. And honestly, this is one of the most accessible ways to build wealth for the future. Financial freedom doesn't come from big, flashy decisions. It's born from consistent, small actions like these. If you ever wondered why the rich keep getting richer, look no further. They're harnessing the quiet power of compound interest. And here's the thing. This power is available to everyone, not just the wealthy. So, what's stopping you from getting started? It doesn't take much to begin, but it does take awareness. And speaking of awareness, let's take a step back and look at a historical example that makes the effect of compound growth crystal clear. 2. The example of the Indians selling Manhattan. Back in 1626, the Native Americans sold Manhattan to the Dutch for a mere $24. Seems like a bad deal, right? But let's do the math. If they had invested that $24 at a modest 7% annual interest rate, today that amount would be worth around $12 trillion. Yes, you read that right. Trillion. This mind-blowing example isn't just a piece of trivia. It shows the monumental impact of time and growth rates when it comes to building wealth. What's even more astonishing is how simple this idea is. It's not about finding the next big stock or winning the lottery. It's about consistency and patience. The longer you let your money work for you, the more you'll benefit. This is the very heart of financial freedom. The realization that wealth isn't built overnight, but it is absolutely achievable with time and the right mindset. Most people don't realize that by investing early and consistently, they could build financial success beyond their wildest dreams. Let's bring it down to a more personal level. Say you start with just $100 a month and you invest it in something that earns 7% annually, just like in the Manhattan example. In 40 years, you wouldn't have just a few $1,000s saved up. You'd be looking at over $240,000, all from what feels like a small, almost insignificant amount each month. This is how ordinary people can become wealthy over time, by letting their money grow instead of spending it impulsively. The takeaway here is clear. Time and patience are your biggest allies when it comes to wealth building. The longer you let your money sit and grow, the larger it becomes. And that brings us to another powerful concept that can help you see just how quickly your investments can grow. The Rule of 72. 3. The Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 is one of those hidden gems in the world of finance. It's simple, effective, and incredibly eye-opening once you start using it. Essentially, by dividing 72 by your annual return rate, you can estimate how long it will take for your investment to double. For example, if your money is growing at an 8% annual interest rate, just divide 72 by 8, and boom, you know it'll double in roughly 9 years. This rule demystifies the compounding process and offers a quick way to project the growth of your wealth. But let's not stop at theory. Say you've got $5,000 invested in a fund earning 6% annually. Using the Rule of 72, divide 72 by 6. That's 12 years for your money to double. So in 12 years, your $5,000 becomes $10,000. And if you leave it there for another 12 years, it grows to $20,000. That's the magic of compounding at work, without you having to lift a finger. This is why understanding how time and growth rates work together is essential for anyone aiming for financial freedom. It's not about hitting the jackpot, it's about steady growth over time. Let's put it into a broader context. Think about your retirement goals or saving for your child's education. If you know you've got 20, 30, or even 40 years to invest, the Rule of 72 becomes a powerful tool. You can see exactly how long it will take for your wealth to multiply. And with consistent investing, you'll know exactly what you need to reach your financial goals. It's not magic, it's math, and it works every single time. The earlier you start, the more powerful this rule becomes. Yet, knowing how long it takes to double your money is just the start. It's one thing to calculate the numbers, but another to apply that knowledge over the long haul. And this brings us to the next crucial point. Consistency. You don't have to be a financial genius to see huge returns, but you do need to be consistent with your investments. Let's dive into how a steady investment strategy over a lifetime can lead to incredible financial success. 4. Example of consistent investing over a lifetime. Consistency is the secret sauce that makes compounding truly powerful. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. What starts small gradually picks up momentum and becomes unstoppable over time. The same goes for investing. Imagine putting aside just $200 every month into an index fund that earns an average of 8% annually. At first, the growth might seem slow, but after 10, 20, or 30 years, that regular investment turns into a significant amount of wealth. Now think about it. Most people underestimate the impact of small, consistent actions. But this is where real financial freedom is born. For instance, if you consistently invest $200 a month for 30 years at an 8% annual return, you could end up with around $300,000. That's not magic, it's just math, and it's available to anyone who stays committed to the long game. Financial success comes to those who understand that slow and steady truly wins the race. What's amazing is how this strategy doesn't require perfect timing or extraordinary financial knowledge. You don't need to be the next Warren Buffett. You just need to be consistent. Keep investing through the ups and downs of the market. When the stock market dips, it's an opportunity to buy more at a lower price. Over time, the highs and lows balance out, and your wealth continues to grow. This approach works because you're allowing time and the power of compounding to do most of the heavy lifting. The beauty of consistent investing is that it's accessible to anyone, regardless of their starting point. The sooner you begin, the better, but it's never too late. Even small contributions can lead to big results when compounded over a lifetime. Which brings us to a key principle: starting early. The earlier you begin investing, the more time your money has to grow. Let's take a look at just how important time is in the next section. 5. The importance of starting early. Starting early in your investment journey is like planting a tree, small at first, but given enough time, it grows into something towering and strong. The earlier you plant that tree, the more time it has to flourish. Let's consider an example. If someone begins investing $5,000 a year at age 25 with an 8% annual return, by age 65, they would accumulate nearly $1.4 million. Now, if they waited until they were 35 to start the same investment plan, they'd only have around $600,000 by retirement. That 10-year difference cost them nearly $800,000 simply because they started later. It's like running a race with a head start. Those who begin early have a massive advantage, as they can leverage time in ways late starters can't. Even small amounts invested early can snowball into significant wealth over time. Consider someone who invests just $100 a month starting at age 18. With an 8% return by the time they turn 65, they'd be looking at over $600,000. And that's from a simple $100 monthly commitment. Proof that you don't need to be rich to start building financial freedom. It's all about consistency and time working together. Parents who understand this principle can give their children an invaluable head start. By opening a custodial Roth IRA for a teenager who has a part-time job, they're planting the seeds of financial independence early. Even with small amounts, the compounding effect over decades can be extraordinary. Let's say a 16-year-old invests just $1,000 annually until they're 25 and then stops. By age 65, that $9,000 total investment could grow to over $200,000, assuming an 8% return, all because they started early and let time do the heavy lifting. Warren Buffett is a living testament to this concept. He famously started investing at the age of 11, and he still says he wishes he had started sooner. This mindset is critical for achieving wealth. It's not about how much money you have to invest, but how much time you give your money to grow. Early investing takes the pressure off. You don't need to find the perfect investment. The real power lies in time and consistency. Speaking of Buffett, his philosophy on compounding is legendary, and it's played a major role in his financial success. Let's explore that next. 6. Warren Buffett's philosophy on compounding. Warren Buffett's success story is a masterclass in patience, discipline, and the sheer power of compound interest. One of the richest individuals in the world, Buffett didn't achieve his wealth overnight. Instead, he started investing at the age of 11, giving him decades to allow compound interest to work its magic. Buffett himself credits much of his financial success to one simple principle: keep compounding. He has often said that compounding is like a snowball, and the key is to find a long hill to roll it down. Buffett's long-term mindset is one of the main reasons he has been able to build his wealth steadily over the years. He doesn't chase the latest trends or try to time the market. Instead, he invests in companies with strong fundamentals and holds on to them for decades. Take Coca-Cola, for example. He started investing in the company in the late 1980s and still holds a significant stake today. His investment has compounded over time, turning into billions. The lesson? It's not about chasing quick wins, but about letting time and the market do the work for you. One of Buffett's key pieces of advice for achieving financial freedom is to start early and be consistent. His philosophy is that you don't need to be a financial genius to build wealth. You just need to stick to the plan. He's famous for saying that his favorite holding period for an investment is forever. By continuously reinvesting dividends and holding on to his investments for the long term, Buffett has allowed compound interest to turn small amounts of money into massive wealth over time. It's the ultimate strategy for financial success. But here's where it gets interesting. Buffett's approach isn't only for billionaires. Anyone can apply his principles to their own life. Whether you're investing in stocks, real estate, or a small business, the key is to stay in the game long enough for compounding to take effect. It's not about taking big risks. It's about giving your money time to grow. And as we've seen throughout this discussion, compounding only gets more powerful with time. So why not start now and let your wealth snowball into something incredible? So, now that you understand the true power of compounding, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Are you ready to stop sitting on the sidelines and start letting your money work for you? The truth is, the best time to start was yesterday, but the next best time is today. Compounding doesn't wait for anyone, but the sooner you begin, the more dramatic the results. Think about it. What's stopping you from setting up a plan right now that could secure your financial freedom in the future? It's time to stop procrastinating and take action. Are you contributing to your investments consistently? Are you letting time and patience build your wealth? If not, now's the moment to change that. What's one small step you can take today that your future self will thank you for? If you're serious about reaching financial success, then you need to start applying these strategies immediately. Don't let another day pass by without putting your money to work. If you want to keep learning strategies like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way, you'll stay informed and never miss a chance to grow your wealth step by step. The journey to financial freedom is a long one, but with compounding on your side, you'll get there faster than you ever imagined. So, what's your next move? See you soon!